My aspiration for the harbour is that it's fully restored. Restored in a way in that we have our fish come back, and we have to plan it all out. The fish come back and our native birds come back, and when we get our blue herons coming back and all of our different types of kotuku, which we sing a couple come back, it's bloody exciting.
So the beach was quite an experience for us as kids, not only for swimming, but for the food. When I was 8 years old, I was baptised in the sea with 3 of my other cousins. My sisters were all baptised there, and we go down there and swim until they stopped us.
I remember my father were bringing a load of wood down for the wharakai, and we as kids had put the load on a bit wrong on the sledge, and the old man was sitting on the sledge coming down the hill, and the horses did something stupid and tried to bolt or something. But anyway, the load split and my father's leg got dragged, and I remember him, he healed that wound. Everyone was telling him to get to Wellington to get to a hospital, and he healed it in the harbour. He was there as often as I could see him, really, during that little period of time. And yeah, bathing it and walking around in the harbour just below the house. Yeah, so the harbour was good.
There's some beautiful lakes and rivers and that have farmers and that have copped a lot of pollution by different means around the country. Every iwi community has suffered in some way the same. And so what we're saying is hopefully the next generations to come can hold them accountable and can hold the powers that be accountable to enable harbours to return back to its pristine condition. It is the jewel in the crown for the city, but they just ignored it, and it's always been, for our people, a real taonga for us, because it enabled us to survive.
They notified our parents that there was no more swimming in the sea because of the damage the hospital did. There was no more fishing. The food basket disappeared, which was a terrible thing.
As a child, I always thought it would be there forever. I'd take off and I'd get oysters, mussels, and smaller pippies. When I'm on my way around to Titahi Bay, it kind of makes me cry to think that in those days it was our food basket. Now we can't even swim in it.
The Harbour Accord has come out of a lot of their mahi from back in 2005, 2010, where a lot of research needed to be done, and it was really frustrating because we already told them what the evidence was, with all of our stories and our lived reality, but they needed all the scientific research and all the studies, bathymetric surveys and so on and so on and so on, and then it still wasn't enough, so we had to do the fish surveys and everything else. Later on, once everybody was convinced of the evidence, the scientific evidence out there, then all the parties came to play. A lot of the pollution comes from Wellington City Council, Greater Wellington Regional Council have a lot of responsibility as well. And so there was a Whaitua Accord where everybody came in together, Whaitua being from the tihi of the maunga down into the water. So that's what's involved in with looking after the harbour and our waterways. And then when that lived through its lifespan, now it has evolved into an accord. An accord is something that's going to be stronger, where there's going to be a commitment from all of those different agencies to do their part, because everybody has a responsibility, and there's mahi being done, it just hasn't been coordinated. So the accord will help provide a work plan. Everyone has to provide the work plan and then actually do the mahi.
We're trying to head in the right direction. Could it be accelerated? I absolutely believe that it could be with a commitment from many people that participate in the operations of our community. Namely, we've still got a lot of wastewater, stormwater issues, runoff from development, that it will impact our harbour and it won't stop. We will always have issues in that way if, for example, other solutions aren't looked at. But my hope is that with the development of certain types of technology, that could give us the reprieve we need to restore the harbour back to what we would like it to be. And then it's just thinking about the timing for that to be done. But it needs a collective effort by many people that are all contributing to living in our environment. But as Ngāti Toa, I see us as the ones that lead that mahi. That's our role as mana whenua and the kaitiaki over our awa, and would like to see that whatever solutions are identified, we're at the forefront of doing that.